Welcome to the NBA Pub Hub, Pub Sports Radio, Monday, March 13th. Ian Cameron, Dutch Boy Fresh, Skee Profit, Trot Wham, otherwise known as your OG Monday edition of the NBA Pub Hub show, ready to rock. We got 7 games in the NBA. I know this is NCAA tournament week descending upon us, starting, of course, tomorrow night with the first 4, but don't sleep on the pro ranks. Don't sleep on the NBA either. There's still money to be made in the association, even with March Madness about to begin. So definitely that's what our aim is here on this show, as it always is. Let's get into it. Indiana and Detroit, our first game on this Monday slate. Pacers, 3.5-point road favorites, 226 the total in this game. This is essentially the battle of the walking wounded here because you've got several players out on both sides for these respective teams. Let's start with the Pacers. Ty Halliburton's out. Benedict Mathurin looks like he's out. McConnell out. Miles Turner. They're all going to be sidelined for this game tonight for the Pacers. Buddy Hield also might sit tonight with the left foot injury. So you're talking about a very, very shorthanded Pacers team, but Detroit's not really all that much better off in the health department. Marvin Bagley out, Bojan Bogdanovic out, Alec Burks out, Hamidou Diallo out, Jaden Ivey out, Isaiah Stewart out. So this is a shorthanded group as well. I like the way the Pacers are playing, though, right now. I do have to say that. They've won 5 of their last 7 games. They went back-to-back, beating Houston, beating Detroit in Detroit on Saturday. Now they play in Detroit again tonight. You know, a lot of these instances, you like to say, hey, maybe take the team that lost in the first meeting, but Detroit's just in a rough go right now. They're not playing well. They're very, very shorthanded. They're on just a brutal losing streak. I'm not saying I'm rushing to lay Indiana here, but I don't want anything to do with Detroit. And I like I like the way the Pacers are playing. And if you read from the Pacers players, they actually care about making the play-in tournament in the Eastern Conference. There's a lot of teams that figure, why bust our butts to get into the play-in tournament to get crushed in the first round if we do get in? But Indiana's talking like they want to get there. So they're playing with some urgency. They're playing with some purpose right now. It's just more than I can say about Detroit. So I haven't bet the game yet, but I do strongly lean to the Pacers. I just don't know how you make much of a case right now for Detroit. What do you think here, Skee? Pacers, Pistons.
Yeah, shout out to the chat. My Dutch style right here, because it's gonna be a lot of backwoods today. Before I came on the show, he said it's a man of few words, and we're gonna be right to it here today. Backwoods, this motherfucker.
All right.
We're off and running to a good start here on the show today. All right, Dutch, how about you here? Indiana, Detroit.
Yeah, man. Salute to the ladies, gents, and D-gents for tuning in. You already know it's all love. Real quick, hit the motherfucking like button like I'm hitting this motherfucking plane. London Pound Cake, get you right where you need to be. Yeah, man. Skee said it, man. I've been kind to you in this new year, but no more. I'm not looking at these bumps like no more, man. Back with it. Yeah.
Back with it.
All right. Yeah.
Not hearing things. That was live Dutch and recorded voice Dutch that you just heard in the background right there. Wham, have you got anything here for this classic NBA matchup here?
I got opinions on props. They haven't dropped any props here, of course, because they got a crazy injury report. My boy Babano gave y'all the whole spiel. We don't got to reiterate that. Corey Joseph assists. I think his assist may be a little slide there. Somebody else that's going to be able to hold the ball. We don't trust anything with Killian Hayes' name on it, so we ain't going to trust that. And then I like the Pacers first half, man. That's official play for me, bro. 3-1-1 on the road in the first half. You also mentioned that they are very close of getting into the play-in. They're only a half game behind the Bulls in that 11th spot, so they definitely want to come out and continue to do that. And then also this team in the Detroit Pistons, Victor Wembanyama, what they saying after every break, and they've been losing all the games. Actually been bad as well on the road at the house in the first half, 1-4 ATS. So kind of trends going against them. Plus, I just want to go against them. So even though they don't got my boy Tyrese Halliburton out there, we still gonna take the first half with the Pacers -1.5.
Yeah, I definitely lean Pacers. You can. I don't want. They won't admit publicly they're tanking, but the sure as hell looks like it with Detroit.
Are we sure Pacers are not tanking? I mean, shit. Why is everybody not playing? they didn't play last game. They're not playing this game. Do they want to win?
That's true.
But the thing is, they are winning.
We didn't take a full game now.
They may not want to win, but they are winning. Detroit doesn't want to win for sure. I know that, and they aren't winning. So at least there's one team that may be tanking, maybe not, but they are winning, and that's the team I would bet here, and that's Indiana. So it's a complicated world we live in this game. That is for sure, no doubt. But I definitely think Indiana are pass. All right, Minnesota, Atlanta. Hawks, 5.5-point home favorites here, 244.5 the total. Shit, everyone beat me to it with the total. I certainly understand fully why the total's going up. I mean, we should see definitely a lot of points here in this game. Atlanta, we see them trending over heavily. 6 of the last 9 games have gone over. That game with Boston was just an absolute track meet on Saturday, 134-125, 259 points scored in that game. You look at series history, they played each other earlier, a couple months ago in January. These two teams, actually it was last year. They haven't met each other this year, but last year they played twice. They both flew over the total, those games. So I definitely agree with the move here as far as the total is concerned. On the Minnesota side, Karl Anthony Towns, Jalen Noel are out. Rudy Gobert looks like he is questionable for this game with a left ankle sprain, and Austin Rivers with the back issue is questionable as well. And Rudy Gobert hasn't missed time lately. He's played 5 straight games, but it's been an on and off issue with him with that. So questionable now for this game tonight. And if obviously he doesn't play, you lack rim protection around the rim area and the paint area. So certainly it could lead to a little bit of a quicker pace. Usually when Gobert's there, slows things down. Gobert's out, picks up the pace a little bit. So if he doesn't play, that certainly makes that over look stronger. And I lean that way. As far as the side goes, in this one, Minnesota off back-to-back losses. Atlanta off that 134-125 loss to the Boston Celtics in their last game. I'm still not rushing to lay points with Atlanta in the 5.5-6 range. Brooklyn, they were home favorites. They won by 2. They lost outright as home favorites against Washington. The only time they've covered as home favorites lately was against Portland back on March 3rd. So they haven't been exactly trustworthy in this kind of point spread range. So I'm off the side. Maybe a lean to mini, but I like the over. It's just everybody else does too. What do you think here, Skee? Minnesota, Atlanta.
Yeah, I'll stay with Anthony Edwards. LJ in the chat right there says, yeah, he's from Atlanta, and that's absolutely right. I'm going to just focus on his assists. Yeah, and he played for the
Georgia
Bulldogs too. Yeah.
Yep.
So, I'm going to focus on the assists just because the coach was kind of calling him out a little bit in the post-game interview saying the Timberwolves are better when he's using his gravity to create shots for other people. So he says 2 assists is not enough. And so I'm going to expect him to come out here and dish the ball around. If the coach challenges the players, I think the players listen and respond. So I like that for Anthony Edwards. And also if Rudy Gobert doesn't play, I know he sprained his ankle last game. He's hit the last 5 games without him. So that's the way I chose to play this one. AE over 3.5 assists. Not mad if you want to take points too.
Yeah, I would even go PRA. PRA has gone over in 3 straight games as points, rebounds, and assists, Anthony Edwards. So could look in that direction. Trey, by the way, Trae Young has gone over his point total in 3 straight games. He's gone over made threes in 3 straight games as well for the Atlanta Hawks. So he's on the good side of shooting the ball better, which hasn't always been the case when it comes to Trae Young. What do you think here, Dutch?
Yeah, man. Shout out to our guy, Razor Sharp Picks. Yeah, a lot of movement in the NFL the last couple of days. But yeah, he's still holding your breath. He's still holding his breath over there.
It is what it is. Case to Ross, whatever will be, will be.
Right. Star Child, good to see you in the building. Chicago kid. Yeah, a lot of love for Anthony Edwards in the building. Yeah, man. I think honestly, this is Atlanta spot, clear Atlanta spot. I don't know if I'm gonna get to the window with it, but they beat these boys 5 straight times, covered 5 straight times. I don't see what's gonna happen really different here. Minnesota still got new players coming in still with that trade. Losing D'Angelo Russell obviously I think hurt him. I mean, look what he's doing in LA. So shout out to the second time around. But yeah, I think it's Atlanta here. Not in a hurry to run to it, but I think they're the better team, the more talented team. They got the new coach Quinn Snyder in, and we know if we're going to bet on Atlanta, it's at the house. So I think this is a spot where we could look to exploit Minnesota here. Just haven't went to the window with it yet. All
right, wham.
This my boy Razor said this is NBA guys. This is not talking NFL here. yeah, I bet. No, you know what? I want to double what Skee is saying, man. I think Ant Edwards has another a great game here. Right when Skee put it in our chat, though, he said he liked this. I'm like, all right, I'm telling the homie on this. It's automatic. Then I started looking into this. I'm like, has Anthony Edwards ever had a triple double? No, he hasn't. And it seems like it may be a line here for that. I'm just saying it seemed like it may be a line for that. So this is my first time ever playing this. This is a sprinkle. Don't get me wrong. This is plus 9,000 here, people. You don't have to put too much on here. You know what I'm saying? This is a little sprinkle. You know what I'm saying? $7 to win 600. I'll do that. You know what I'm saying? I'll do that just to have some little action there. I think I might have to make it official as far as laddering up his assists. I think the assist is probably going to be good here. So that's the reason why I think he gets the triple double. But other than that, nope, I don't have anything for this game. I think you guys talked about it. It's probably Atlanta spot. Do I want to trust them here? No, I don't think they're going to be able to defend good enough. So I like Ant Edwards today, bro. So I'm riding with Skee on that.
All right, liking the Anthony Edwards props to have a big night back close to home. All right, Memphis and Dallas. Memphis 1.5 point road favorites, 224.5 the total here between these two. Memphis back-to-back wins against Golden State and Dallas. And now they go back to Dallas, home and home series between these two teams. They were in Memphis on Saturday, and now they're here in Dallas tonight. Same two teams. Dallas now looking to bounce back after losing to Memphis. Their last game, they lost to New Orleans previous to that. It looks like for this game tonight, they've got Luka Doncic out already for the Mavericks, ruled out. Kyrie Irving questionable with the foot issue. But if Luka doesn't play, there might be a chance they rest him as well. On the Memphis side, John Morant is out. Steven Adams, of course, remains out. So definitely all the star power could be missing in action. Makes this game a little bit trickier here to handicap when it's all said and done. So really tough as far as the total, for the side is concerned, given all the pieces that are going to be out of the lineup potentially for both of these teams. Makes it a little bit more difficult to get a really good grasp on and a really good read as far as this one is concerned. But there still are some spots to look at here for this game as far as I'm concerned. Tyus Jones is probably someone to consider here for this game. Might have to obviously be more of the focal point offensively now. Obviously, with Jaw sitting for the Grizzlies. So Tyus Jones, Bane, of course, goes without saying. He's going to have to do a lot more as well in this matchup. You can target Xavier Tillman for the Memphis Grizzlies because we always say no one's going to be quaking in their boots at the sight of Dwight Powell on the Dallas side at the starting center spot. So definitely you could be looking at some props involving him, at least as far as rebounds are concerned. So more of a prop game for me. I kind of lean Dallas based on the situation of losing the last game, now back home facing that same Memphis team. It definitely feels like it's a Dallas spot, but I'm not in a rush to back them, that's for sure. But I do lean that way. What do you think here, Skee? Grizzlies, Mavs?
I like Tyus Jones over his 15.5 points. He averages 18.7 without John Morant so far this season. He has 16 plus 9 of the 13 games without him. And he's had 16 plus 3 of the last 4. He's also had a double-double 3 of the last 4. I like that too. It was plus 220 when I was looking at it when I took it. So against this Dallas defense that's been soft ever since they made some of these trades, I think it's worth a look. So Tyus Jones, 15.5 points and double-double.
All right. I like it too. As I mentioned, Tyus Jones props definitely worth a look with no John Morant. He becomes more of a factor for sure for Memphis. What do you think here, Dutch?
Yeah, man. Shout out to our guy BJ, Bo Jackson in the building. DK, yeah, man, fucking Kyrie. All I could think about is Dallas. Obviously, Luka hurt. Kyrie on the shit already, man. It's kumbaya, huh? Only for a quick moment. He's already talking his shit with the stage. This motherfucker, bro. I don't know about Kyrie, man. One talented motherfucker, one weirdo motherfucker, man.
One aggravating motherfucker is what he is.
Yeah, it's like you trade for him. It's like, damn, Mark Cuban is like, God damn, all fucking ready. I don't know what he was thinking.
I don't feel one bit sorry for Mark Cuban. You know what you're getting into, getting the guy. So I don't want to hear any complaints or.
No, I don't feel sorry for Mark Cuban at all.
Where have you been for the last 2 years? You've been living under a fucking rock. Do you not see the way this guy's carried on here the last 2 years?
Right.
You know what you're getting into.
Sleeping on a brick of fucking cash. I don't feel sorry for Mark Cuban whatsoever. But I did say at the time that Dallas got fleeced for Kyrie, because this is Kyrie, man. This is what it is. But in this basketball game, I don't know. Dylan Brooks been talking his shit. Kyrie seems to want no parts of it. So I don't know what to do with this basketball game. It's tough because they just beat them. Now it's back. You would think Dallas would be on its way, as our guy Starchild said. But yeah, man, I'm not betting this basketball game. I would honestly think it's Memphis again. So I'm not going to the window with it though.
All right, Wham.
Yeah, I think Kyrie, I mean, that move was probably more futuristic anyway. If they don't re-sign him, he cleared a lot of money off their books or whatever. So they're gonna be straight as far as Dallas, even without Kyrie there. It just kind of sucks that defense went crazy down. Obviously, we all knew that was gonna happen when you get rid of DFS, but of course, you know, Tank died, bro. He's just crazy as hell. But looking at this game, getting into this game, gotta expect Desmond Bane to ball out. Gotta expect maybe even Sandy Alderman to go over 1.5 threes. That's kind of what I was thinking. As far as props here, I do love the Tyrus Jones look as well. When he mentioned Tyrus Jones, got me thinking Swiss Army night. I forgot to mention that I do like Cal Anderson PRA over 23.5 in the last game that we talked about. Going up against the 29th ranked team, hit it 4 out of the last 6 games. That's probably going to make my card. I forgot to mention that, but on this game, man, I think Skee hit it right there. I think Tyrus Jones probably the better prop. He's been killing, and we know he's probably the best. Tyrus Jones, he's probably the best backup point guard in the league. I mean, he is the best backup point guard in the league, bar none. So I'd rather go with that guy rather than touch anything on the Dallas side, especially if Kyrie's in the game. Let's be real, like he's going to be spectacular. It just seemed like he be playing bullshit. You know what I mean? Like he could dominate games. He hasn't shown that all year, so I'm not expecting him to do that and kind of help this team win. So if anything, it was going to be Memphis or those guys props on that side. But other than that, I have nothing official on this game.
All right, Utah and Miami next up. We've got the Heat 8-point favorites at home. 226 is the total in this game. The Miami Heat off a overtime loss on Saturday at Orlando, 126-114. They were after beating Cleveland at home the night before. So still a very much up and down basketball team, just 4-6 in their last 10 games. Utah's won 2 in a row and covered 3 straight. They almost beat Dallas. They won outright as dogs at Orlando. They beat Charlotte 119-111. So better basketball from Utah. It looks like for them, Jordan Clarkson, Colin Sexton, both out for the Jazz tonight in this game. On the Miami side, mostly healthy, other than, of course, Duncan Robinson and Martin, who have been on the injury report. Caleb Martin and Duncan Robinson for a while. It looks like Lowry, Hero, Butler, Love, Adebayo expected to be the starting 5 for them. I kind of like Utah here, plus the points. I mean, we ready to lay 8 with Miami? I mean, 2 up and down for my liking. Jazz have played pretty decently here the last few games. Granted, competition, the last 2, Orlando, Charlotte, not nearly as good, but I just think it's a lot of points to be asking to lay with Miami right now. So I like Utah a little bit. If you're into prop trends, the matchup's a little more concerning for him because he's up against Bam tonight, his counterpart. But Walker Kessler, he has gone over rebounds in 8 straight games for the Utah Jazz and over points and rebounds as well. Now he's up against Bam, right? That's his adversary at the center spot tonight. So maybe this isn't the best spot for Walker Kessler to keep that trend going. But I've been on a bunch of those over rebounds props lately with Kessler, and even with the matchup against Adebayo, I still think I'd go back to that well. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it keeps cashing, keep betting it until it stops. So Walker Kessler for Utah for me. Markkanen, I think props might be worth a look too. I think he's definitely a bit of a matchup problem here potentially for Miami tonight. What do you think here in this one, Skee? Utah, Miami.
Yeah, I disagree. I'm looking at this game, and first, I look at the chat. I see everybody here. Not rants. He says not laying 8 points pass. Like, first thing that sticks out to me is the Heat as this big of a favorite, right? Yeah, they can win some basketball games. They are 22-13 straight up, but they haven't been a team that's been able to win by margin and cover. So it's got to be a reason. And in my mind, is they should come out here pissed off after losing that game versus Orlando, how they did. And Jimmy's been in his interviews and whatever, talking about he's tired of losing. They want to win. He's walking off the court the other day. So this game is either going to go one way, like the Heat are don't care anymore, or the Heat are going to come to play and just show flex their muscles. And I feel like the Heat have been that team that's been a little bit back and forth. They'll cover one game, they don't cover the next. So them playing poorly in that last one, I just feel like they're going to come to play here, and them being at the house, I think they can win this game by margin versus a Utah team who they started off their road. It's the last of a 6-game road trip. They probably just want to go home. After this, they got 4 days off. They could just sleepwalk through this game. They were losing to start the road trip, I think 3 games in a row. Then I think they won the previous 2. So I just don't know how much effort we're going to get from this team. I feel like the effort is from the other side. So Heat minus the points or Heat team total over, just because Jazz last 2 weeks are allowing north of 119 points per game, and Heat have been able to score recently. So I'll probably play them both equally. Those are the ways I'm looking in this game.
All right, like in Miami here, that this is the spot for them to put their foot down. We'll see if they can. Dutch, what do you think?
Yeah, man. Shout out to our guy, Mo Harris in the building. Mr. Trifecta, Nasty Nate. Good to see you. Obviously, Celtics Trifecta. But yeah, man, Skee said enough about this for both of us, man. Back with this motherfucker.
All right. Yeah.
All right, Wham.
Yeah, man, I'm right there with you, bro.
Fuck this basketball game. Back with it.
All right. Yeah.
There you go. Nothing more needs to be added than that. All right, on we go now. We've got Boston and Houston. Celtics 12.5-point road favorites, 231.5 the total in this game. Obviously, it's a huge number with a Boston Celtics team that is obviously back-to-back wins against Portland, Atlanta, a very good road win for them against Atlanta. Do they have the focus to destroy this Houston Rockets team, which, believe it or not, has covered 4 of their last 5 games? We'll see if that continues tonight here against the Celtics. But definitely this Houston team still not exactly one that I trust defensively by any stretch of the imagination. Down near the bottom in so many of those categories. It looks like Şengün as well for Houston should play tonight. It looks like probable with the left groin strain. So they will have him obviously in the lineup here for this Houston team. For Boston, it looks like Robert Williams is still out for them due to injury. And you actually look at their defensive acumen, their pace of play, in games without him. Their defense not nearly as good, and the pace of play certainly has gone up. So total's gone up. That's what I'm betting here. I'm off. I don't want anything to do with a side. It's a lot of points to be laying with Boston on the road. Houston could always backdoor it with a number this big, but I don't trust Houston enough. I just like points that in this game, both sides, probably more from Boston, but I think we see this game get over 231.5. That's what I like here in this one. One of my favorite plays of the night is that actually this total. What do you think here, Skee? Boston, Houston?
Yeah, I'll just tell you, fuck with what Babano said, because it's a backwood for me.
All right. Yeah.
It's a backwood party today on the NBA Pub Up for sure. All right, Dutch, how about you?
Yeah, man. AOD, I see you, my man. We are putting our ice stand to work today, man, because it's another motherfucking backwood, boy. Backwood is
All right. Yeah.
All right, Dutch, what do you got?
He already gave it to you, but I'm gonna give it to you again.
Fuck this basketball game. Backwood.
Fuck it.
All right. Yeah.
Not even a prop, nothing. Just absolutely nothing for our.
I ain't gonna lie though. I ain't gonna lie. I do like I like a prop, but I ain't betting, so fuck it.
We'll give it to you next game on this
one.
one.
Yeah.
And that means you got nothing. Yeah. If you kind of like a prop, but I didn't bet it, means you got nothing. All right. We move on then. No worries. We move on. Phoenix and Golden State. Golden State 4.5-point home favorites, 236 the total here in this game. Obviously, these are 2 Western Conference heavyweights. I'm looking forward to seeing how this goes, but I like it more if obviously KD was in, but that's not going to be the case. He is obviously still going to be out for at least 3 weeks after that Dallas game where he got the injury, and now he's going to be out again for at least 3 weeks. So we'll see. It won't see him for a long period of time here on the Phoenix side. Golden State, no Andrew Wiggins, Gary Payton out. Kuminga looks like he's going to be game time decision, as well as Draymond Green here. Actually, Draymond's probable, so he's going to play for the Warriors tonight in this one. Golden State at home, I'm always interested. That was an incredible game with Milwaukee on Saturday night. Great basketball game on the ABC Saturday night special. 125-116. They rally and beat the Bucks in overtime. More heroics from Steph Curry at the end of that game. But that was such a huge game and huge win. Can you crank it back up again 2 nights later? Play another big-time game and a big-time opponent here in the Phoenix Suns. I know KD's out, but still got to contend with CP3, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton and company. So we'll see if Golden State can rally the troops and have another good performance here on their home floor. Tricky basketball game, but when you're seeing Golden State only laying, this kind of number, 4.5 at home, I'm not really rushing to step in front of them. 28-7 straight up at home, a very strong record, and 24-11 against the spread at home this year as well for the Golden State Warriors. But I think if you like Phoenix, that's not a bad point from one of our commenters in the chat there, Zhao K. Suns first half. Maybe in their first half, Phoenix or Golden State rather, coming off the Saturday night overtime thriller against Milwaukee, maybe catch them a little off their game early, and then they get revved up and play better as the game goes on. So I could see that angle with Suns first half, but for me, full game, I would still lean Golden State here. What do you think here, Skee? Good matchup, Suns Warriors.
Yeah, I think it means more to Golden State just because they've already lost a few times to this team. And they're at home where they win 75% of their games. We know how strong they are. Phoenix has a game tomorrow versus Milwaukee. I think that'll be the game that they put more of their effort towards. So, yeah, Suns have been talking all that shit. I remember Devin Booker, Klay Thompson, etc. The more I think about it, I haven't even bet this game, but I really want to get there with Golden State minus 4.5. I just think they show up tonight.
All right, there you go. Golden State to get the job done. And you're right, Phoenix has a team that they lost to in the finals, of course, a couple of years ago, Milwaukee tomorrow. And that obviously, given the history, it's a big game for Phoenix. That one will be. What do you think here, Dutch?
Oh, shit. I dropped the plane. Yeah, BJ.
Oh, no, can't have that.
BJ, yeah, I had to grab that one. BJ is right on it, man. Spot on. And Skee, he's getting there. It's the Warriors -4. I dropped the -120, man. It's town business. Believe that. They've lost to these boys 4 straight times, 3 motherfucking times this year. Won't happen tonight. They got a little bit of momentum against the Bucks. Steph looked like he dropped 36. And what I really like is Steve Kerr made the adjustment. We talked about this in years past on this show. Y'all gave me shit about Looney, but I want that boy in the starting lineup, man. They too small. You can't have Jordan Poole, Da Vinci, whatever the fuck homeboy's name is, and Draymond playing 5. You can't do that with Klay and Steph. I mean, come on, man. You cannot do that. So they brought Poole back to the bench. Start Looney. He gives you 20 and 10. Poole's now can give you the juice off the bench. It's a lot better, man. They got JaMychal Green, another big, who's going to work off that. They need guys that are going to work and rebound, man. Not everybody just can be out there just to shoot and look good. It ain't going to work like that. Draymond can't be the only one working. So I like to see more Looney, more JaMychal Green, and I like that. I see Jordan Poole coming off the bench. I like the Warriors tonight -4, -120. It's good money.
All right, Wham.
Yeah, I like what I'm hearing from both of you guys here. It's obviously not that much love to the Suns here. I don't really like fucking with the Suns, period. I'm like Daryl. Daryl says it all the time. Fuck that team. I really feel like that as well, bro. But I do think it is money over there. I think Chris Paul double-double at plus money is solid. He's averaging about 10 assists. Then also that PRA, bro. The PRA for Devin Booker, bro. I mean, I believe it's if I'm not mistaken, I think I just seen 41.5. He's averaging 36 points over the last 5 games, bro. 7 assists. You just do it off of points and assists alone. So I like those two looks. Nothing I played officially here, but I think you guys may be talking me on the Warriors here. I'm going to definitely be watching this game because I think it is an important game for the Warriors, especially since they got a little mojo. I think, like BJ said, that Dutch alluded to, I think Steph Curry does go off, man. He pretty much won them the game last game by itself, bro. I think he had 23 points in the fourth quarter in overtime. So in their last game. So he did pretty much won them the game. I'm kind of thinking Warriors with you guys there. But if I haven't bet it officially, then I like the props on the other side as far as Booker and Paul double-double.
All right, good stuff there. And next up, we've got the final game for this Monday slate, Milwaukee-Sacramento. Milwaukee 2-point road favorites, 244. The the total in this game. So it's a huge total between these two teams. It looks like Giannis here on the Milwaukee side. Of course, we know he didn't play against. He's missed the last 3 games with the hand injury that he's been going through as of late. But the Bucks, it'll be interesting here with this Sacramento game tonight, and then the Phoenix game coming up after this, which is going to be tomorrow night. It's going to be interesting to see what they do here, because I'm waiting on this news. I want to take Milwaukee in this spot. I do, because they lost to Golden State. I know Sacramento's just rolling right now, and you got to give them a ton of credit. We thought they were going to fall off a little bit. They have not done that. 8-1 straight up, 7-2 against the spread their last 9 games, beating Portland, the Clippers, Oklahoma City twice, the Clippers again, the Pelicans, the Knicks, the Suns as dogs over the weekend. I mean, Sacramento really does have it going, but I like the idea of, that's also why we're getting the cheap price though with Milwaukee, who I still think is the better of these two teams. If Giannis plays, I'm very interested in Milwaukee, but I get that weird feeling now with, this being the front end of a back-to-back and the big Phoenix game tomorrow night. Maybe they hold him off tonight, hold him out and rest him and bring him back tomorrow against Phoenix. That's my only hesitation here, but I definitely want to back the Bucks here, laying the short number on the road. I'm just waiting to see if that puzzle piece fits and we get Giannis stepping up. Because keep in mind, even though they went to overtime with Golden State without him, they were down big. In the second half, they rallied from a deficit. They got the game close again in the fourth quarter. Let's not forget, maybe Golden State got a little too comfortable with a lead. As much as we want to give Milwaukee credit, maybe Golden State kind of let their foot off the gas second half Saturday night, letting Milwaukee back into that game. But I do want to take Milwaukee in this spot, but I'm waiting to see if the Greek Freak is in. Skee, what do you think here? Bucks and Kings.
Yeah, I'm good on this game. I'll let y'all have it. I'll just get my popcorn out, watching the chat go back and forth, talking about the Suns, if they have a bench or not. So I'm enjoying that. I'll let y'all figure out how to bet this game. I will not be betting Bucks versus Kings.
There you go. All right, Dutch.
Yeah, man. I mean, the Suns bench was light when KD was in the motherfucking lineup, but that's for another day. Shout out to our guy Spencer. Shout out to our guy Tone Miggs in the building. Yeah, man. I fuck with the Kings. They continuously get undervalued. I think they scream undervalue all year long. They continue to produce. I think Fox is big time, and Sabonis continues to show up game after game. Yeah, I don't. They lost to these boys 10 straight motherfucking times, including a 12-point loss this year in Milwaukee. So this might be the time. Tired basketball team. I think after a tough basketball game on against the Warriors, and then they play, as we touched on, in Phoenix tomorrow without their big horse Giannis if he doesn't go. It could be a king spot here. So I'll wait a little bit, but yeah, I see a lot of love and a lot of sharps on Milwaukee. So, but the more I look into this game, it's a later night game. The more I look at, I think Sacramento's getting this value again on the Kings, man, at the crib.
Yeah, Sacramento's been they look like they were fading a little bit just immediately when the All-Star break ended, and they've pulled it back in, and they've won 8 of their last 9 games. They are playing well. We got to give them their credit right now. What do you think here, Wham?
Yeah, it's a tricky game. Obviously, we need to know if Giannis is in. If Giannis is out, I like the Brook Lopez PRA. He's been killing right there while he's out. If not, I think I'm just going to pivot and watch this game. Like Skee said, if he's in the lineup, I think I got to see it first for the Kings. I don't think that tough of the team. I think they're going to be bounced out the first round. So, yeah, they can do all this, regular season shit. It's good to build culture. Like the beam sounds good, but we won't be dealing with this shit in that later points of April and shit. We don't have to worry about that.
Better hope LBJ coming your way, boy.
You know what I like here in this game?
Come on, bro. They don't play today. They don't play today, bro. We don't play today.
No. Yeah, no Laker talk today. Lakers are off the card today. No Lakers on the Monday slate. If Giannis is out, I probably will still bet something in this game. It may not be Milwaukee, but I like the props for him anyway, but more so if Giannis is out, and that's Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez has actually gone over his point total in 3 straight. So anything Brook Lopez interests me. He's been shooting the ball lately. He's been getting more opportunities. He's got 20 in the last few games, he's been lighting it up here. 19, 24, and 26 points for Lopez. The last 3 games, he had a double-double against Brooklyn as well. So yeah, Brook Lopez over points. Could also go with some other props involving him because they're all trending over. 3 straight games that Brook Lopez has gone over his point prop, over his points and rebounds, and over his points, rebounds, and assists, and over his points and assists, all in 3 straight games. So Brook Lopez props for sure. I'll get there with those if Giannis is out. All right, good stuff. Thanks to everyone for joining us in the chat. Hit the like button. We appreciate it very much. 195 live viewers. Make sure you show some love. Hit the like button for us here on OG Monday edition of the NBA Pub Hub. Thanks for tuning in and joining us. We'll be back in just a moment. We got best bets. We got Dutch's freshest look coming right up, right after we hear from Manscaped and Southtown 101. Southtown 101, when you're in San Antonio, Texas, stop in. Great food, drinks, live music, DJs, karaoke, Southtown 101 and manscaped.com. Get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com with promo code PubSports. All right, best bets to wrap it up for this Monday show. Skee, we'll start with you. What do you like for best bet? Muted.
My bad about that. I'm going to go with the one that's giving you plus money. You're getting plus 220. Hit 3 out of the last 4 games. I'll go Tyus Jones, double-double tonight.
There you go, Tyus. I like it. I like Tyus Jones props with no John Morant. Makes perfect sense. Tyus Jones, double-double for the Memphis Grizzlies. Best bet for Skee Profit. Dutch, freshest look.
Yeah, man. Freshest look. We're going to the Bay to get paid. Then Warriors, man, they're going to come out. Fuck, play. I tell you, we getting paid, man. Believe it. It's good money. -4, -120. Log it in.
There you go, Warriors, the short home favorite, -4 against the Suns. Freshest look for Dutch. All right, Wham, best bet.
Get in, get out. Take the Pacers in the first half on the road against a team that don't give a damn. Take the Pacers first half.
There you go, Pacers first half against the Pistons for Wham with best bet. Mine's going to be Celtics Rockets over 231.5 points, and more points galore, I think, in that basketball game. So we'll roll with that. Boston, Houston over 231.5. For my best bet on this Monday card. That'll wrap up this edition of the NBA Pub Hub. Thanks to everyone for joining us. Hit the like button on the way out. We appreciate it. There is no college basketball show today because there are no games in college basketball tonight. So that show will be back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific with Connor Mack and yours truly. And the Pub Hub will be back tomorrow as well. Tomorrow, hosted by Dutch on the Tuesday edition. So join him for that. For Skee Profit, for Wham, for Dutch, I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great Monday night. Enjoy the games and good luck. And we'll see you again tomorrow on Tuesday for another edition of the NBA Pub Hub right here on Pub Sports Radio. Dutch, take us home.
Yeah, man. Salute to them real ones holding us down in the chat. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the motherfucking video. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed, and let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah, man.